Hello, everyone, and welcome to what I think will probably be a unique experience, no matter how many poker videos you've seen before. I'm actually going to try presenting this video in the form of a parable, kind of like a little story. And I feel like I ought to say a little bit ahead of time about why I'm doing this so that it makes sense to you. First off, I'm hoping that this will be unique and entertaining to you, that this will be this is kind of a different way of picking up some poker information, and maybe it'll appeal to some people. I guess different people learn in different ways, so it may help you pick up some things, even if it's content that's in other poker videos. This might be a way that'll help you to pick it up. And in any event, if you watch a lot of videos on Poker Savvy or on other sites or anything like that, I know from my own experience, because I watch a lot of videos, that they can tend to run together sometimes. And I thought it might be fun to see something a little bit different. One of the central goals here is going to be to enhance your understanding of certain aspects of poker theory. So this is really going to be a theoretical video. We're not going to be looking at hand examples, really. We're going to be talking more kind of big picture stuff. I'm going to do this one video. It's going to be about pre-flop play. I don't think it's going to be anything super revolutionary, but I think that it might help for those of you who, even if your pre-flop game is solid, you might not have an understanding of exactly why you're doing certain things, especially as stacks start to get deeper, and how to like maximally exploit opponents and things like that. So I think my goal here is to enhance your theoretical understanding of mostly of pre-flop play and strategy in this video, and I think if you don't feel like you already have a real solid theoretical understanding, that it's something that can help you a lot adapting to different games and different types of opponents when you really understand stuff, as opposed to thinking through it mechanically. And then depending on how successful this video is, and I'll be very curious to hear your feedback on the forums, and if this is helpful and something that you find entertaining and useful, then I'll look into doing a video sort of like this for future. For other concepts and things related to post-flop play and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that by putting this in the form of a story and kind of something that has a beginning and a middle, maybe not an end, because I think it's a little open-ended. Into this is a process that can go back and forth. This is going to be kind of a story of two different poker players adapting back and forth to each other and trying to exploit and counter-exploit things that the other one is doing. But hopefully you'll start to understand where certain complicated ideas in poker come from, and they, rather than just like isolated concepts that you read about in a book, and maybe you kind of understand them, but you don't necessarily get why they are the way they are or how they all fit together. I think maybe seeing it in a story form will help it to feel a little bit more natural, logical, intuitive. I don't know if this is actually going to be an encouraging metaphor for people, but you might think about this as kind of similar to like deriving an equation in math class, where your math teacher could just put up on the board, right on the chalkboard, like, well, here's what the quadratic equation is, or here, just like some complicated math equation, and it's going to be a bunch of symbols, and you can learn the symbols and figure out what they stand for and plug stuff in and use it, and you can use it without even really understanding what it is or how it got to be the way it is, or why that equation works for its intended purpose, and you can just take the teacher's word for it. But if you actually watch the derivation of the equation and you understand where these numbers come from, why is it true that this is going to be a function of that, it's going to increase your understanding and your ability to use that function and make adaptations and things like that. So